Mr. Lateways was a tall, well-built man, very kindly, and with great interest in building anything.
Of course, he was quite a gambler in the market, and he took an awful beating. So he just practically relaxed back on the farm and put his whole thought to this type of work. That's Maggie and James.
He had great capacity for enjoying people. He loved people.
He was a great entertainer. He would tell you a yarn about this and that.
People used to follow him around, and he would sometimes talk to them for half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, and they enjoyed it. They seemed to. Sometimes he used to tell them some fantastic tales, and they used to say, well, why do you tell them? Well, he said, after all, people are coming here for amusement. That's an archway that he built.
My eldest brother almost lost his life on a scaffold here. He fell putting up the stonework.
He only broke away from the conservative government once, and he went with what they call the UFO. They only lasted for 2 or 3 years, I think. So they were coming up through this part, and he put on a fair day for them at that time and invited quite a few of the farmers in around here, and so then he unveiled that archway at that day, and I remember the provincial premier standing underneath it, and took off flags and a whole lot of this nonsense, you know. But he thought quite a lot of that. That was supposed to be the Queen of Sheba. He had it in 2 different spots, and it fell down twice, and we had to move that twice. That was quite a heavy object.
That's Bailiff and his ass.
It's hard to say which one is the jackass.
Commemorate somebody coming home kind of half dashed up. He sang. Anytime you'd like to sit down, he'd sing with you.
When we were children, our greatest delight was when Dad would play the piano and sing. It was a joy to stand around.
A man, you meet him once, you would like to meet him again. Definitely.
Dad, he was a man on the side of the road. This is Moses The finger here is pointing to the law. We were all very, very proud of it when it was finished. I think he lost himself in the things that he was interested in, the things he was doing.
Oh, I've seen him get up at 2 and 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning and go out and work on this stuff just to occupy his mind.
Oh, he spent an immense time. He'd be monkeying at this stuff instead of doing the farm work.
He wasn't interested in pay or nothing. He didn't want anything to do with money as long as he had a living to eat with, and that was, he considered it was the end.
Neither time nor money meant too much to him in life. His life was never regulated by the clock. He never worked for anyone else. Although he could tell the time of day to the minute, he said, by the sun, he actually was never controlled by time. And you'd say to him, Dad, do you know what time it is? No, no, child, what time is it? It's almost lunchtime. Oh, no, it can't be more than 9 o'clock. Dad was extremely emotional. When things distressed him, his eyes filled up with tears, and he always shook his shoulders. And he got up and walked away, and it just filled him up. The mystery of the whole thing, he couldn't cope with it.
He always looked at that and said, well, that's when I used to go fishing when I was younger. And those are boys that he used to go fishing with. He's supposed to be the center one.
And they were coming home with their fish, and this was the inspiration.
The other two chums were, I think they're both, yes, they're both dead now. I think one of them lived to be around about 91. I think he just died there about a year ago.
He had no training whatsoever. It was a natural gift.
Anybody else just thought it was a bunch of malarkey. They just laughed at it and said, well, okay, if he's enjoying himself, well, let him go ahead.
You have got to be a little different than the other fellow, or you couldn't do that work.
Not everybody can do that sort of stuff.
I can come halfway to him, but not any closer than halfway. You have to see that animal in a vision, and then make it. You've got to see that picture, and then go ahead and keep on and keep on.
Well, there's the whole thing. If you're doing anything to just enjoy it, well, you can bring out better qualities than if you're just doing it for pay. Well, it's just a matter of another job. Just finish it up and get rid of it. But he enjoyed it. He lived with it.
This was the year that Mother and Dad were married.
He just built that as a commemoration of when they came here. George, you see, is his name, and Mary was that's his wife's. They celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary here. Father was 85 at the time, and she was 80.
They're both gone now. Many times, many happy hours we spent around that fireplace.
He didn't give up the thought of the world, but he didn't think much of it, tell you the honest truth. He decided that the world was all right to live, and he was going to live in it as long as he wanted to, or as long as he could, and enjoy it. But he had lost the faith of the people in the world. He'd lost heart, and he just decided to bury himself, to forget everything that had happened to him. And he just didn't have the stomach to go on and start all over again.
And this one was done when he was 80.
The last one he'd done.
It was a sort of a memorial. He never quite finished it.
His mind was a bit befuddled. What he'd think out at night, by the time he got up the next morning to do it, why, he just kind of lapsed. There was so much running through his mind that he just, it got to be a jumble with him.
He built this year by year just to satisfy himself and make something for the people to see. And he sure proved it, there's no question.
We find that they're starting to deteriorate, and we've used different preservatives on it, but we haven't come up with anything yet that's really, say, foul-proof. freezing and thawing, gets underneath them and cracks them open, and there's more frost gets in the next winter, and I've plugged a lot of them with cement, and it just seems to, the moisture seems to get into them.
Well, they've been there now for a long time, but they're gradually going to pieces.
But, oh well, it's just life. I mean, that's all.